Alright, welcome back to the shop. I've got this little 90-degree Stanley Square, and it's been sitting in one of my toolboxes, and it's getting worse, so you can just actively watch it getting worse. So I think I'm going to clean it up today. Because it's a Stanley, I might embellish the handle a little bit, take some liberties with it. Anyway, it's in relatively decent shape. It's got a couple dents and dings in it, corners rounded off, been dropped apparently. But anyway, this is just going to be a quick restoration. And also I want to sort of introduce something else that's going in the project pile. I've had it for a while. I just haven't actively been working or thinking about working on it. But I want to start trying to source some parts for it. It's a Burke Machine Tool Company drill press. And I think I got it for $5 or something like that. But anyway, it's got more problems than a math book. The base plate here is snapped off. That would be a nearly impossible fix for me. The pulley is chipped in 2 spots. I'm missing the change in direction pulley back here. The handle here is not what I would expect. So anyway, this is going to go under the other workbench, and I'm going to start trying to source some parts for this. So anyway, I don't know how long it's going to take before I get this, but anyway, I'm going to start bird dogging parts on that. So anyway, that's sort of a teaser for that video, which is off in the distant future. And today I'm just gonna work on this. So let's bring it over to the Media Blaster, then the fiber wheel, and then we'll see what it looks like after that. Alright, so this has been through the Media Blaster, and then I took it to the fiber wheel, and it's got some corrosion and some pits and stuff in there, and I don't want to take any real material off of here. And the fiber wheel did a pretty decent job, but I think I could do a little bit better. Right now I've got a piece of 2000 grit on this wheel, and I told one of the viewers who had emailed me he wanted to know a little bit more about polishing. And I've been looking for a good candidate to do an episode on how I've been polishing stuff now that I'm a little bit more comfortable with it. I'm not an expert, but on just how I do it. And I thought that this might suffice, but it's actually not a very good example for it. So anyway, I will seek out a proper tool to polish and explain the process, so I didn't forget about you. But anyway, in this particular case, I can't really polish it or grind anymore on it for fear of taking these hash marks out of there, and the hash marks are very, very light. I don't know if you'll be able to make that out, but anyway, they're on there. Maybe a little bit better on this side. But I don't want to remove any material, and I don't want to spend a lot of time trying to dig these out of here. But I think the 2000 grit might get me a little bit closer to where I want to be. Yeah, now that surface is it's just a horrible surface. It almost looks like it was run through a roller, like it was extruded very coarse. I mean, I don't know. I just couldn't grind that out of there without ruining the rest of this. So anyway, again, not a super precision instrument or anything like that for the kind of work that I do. This will be more than enough. I think all I'm going to do now is I'm going to embellish the handle a little bit, and then when I'm done painting it, I'll wipe this down with some paste wax to keep it from rusting. For those of you that watch the Stanley Challenge, this was my submission for that, this sort of Jackson Pollock look. I'm going to try to go something a little bit more conventional with this one. We'll see how that goes. Alright, so that's the Stanley Square. I decided to... 357 did a great job with his Stanley knife. I mean, everybody did, but I particularly like the way that he sort of embossed the letters again after the fact. I forget what color scheme he went with, but I remember that he made the letters stand out, and I sort of tried to emulate that here. So anyway, I did the blue in the center, gold on the outside, and then on the other side I just did straight up blue. I don't know. I'm not sure I'd do it again, but anyway, the paintbrush was already had blue on it, so I figured whatever. So anyway, that's sort of cleaned up. I'm gonna wait for this whole thing to dry, and then I'll go ahead and give it a coat of paste wax and put it in the drawer. So anyway, that's just a quick little episode today. So thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and have a good night.